Hello, happy Thursday. It is time for us to do some more story writing. So yesterday you should have written three paragraphs. And in those paragraphs you should have been writing about Alma skipping down the lane. Then she sees a mysterious chalkboard. She writes her little name on it. She turns around and she sees a shop. Today we are going to carry on from there. But before we get started on that, we're going to have a little look at some writing in front of me here. Happily, Alma skipped down the street. She couldn't wait to get back home soon. There are two mistakes that are going on in this piece of writing, and I'd like you to have a go. This one, you can just do it in your head. If you can spot the two mistakes that are going on here, that's absolutely fine. If you want to write it down, feel free as well. But we are going to pause the video, have a talk to someone near you, or just do it in your head, but you can definitely spot there are two mistakes in this. I'm going to read it again. Happily, Alma skipped down the street. She couldn't wait to get back home soon. Pause the video now. Okay, we're back. I am going to have a little look at this. Happily, right, immediately, that's a frontal adverbial. I'm going to put a comma afterwards. I know this is a frontal adverbial, because if I got rid of it, it would still make sense. Alma skipped down the street. Yep, that makes sense by itself. Happily is just how you do it. Like carefully, comma, slowly, comma, quickly, comma, fronted adverbial. Happily, Alma skipped down the street. She couldn't wait to get back home soon. Right. She couldn't wait to get back home soon. Makes sense by itself. Alma skipped down the street. Makes sense by itself. I've got two main clauses. Two main clauses, we cannot have nothing between them. Now, if I put a comma there, that's not okay. You don't end a sentence with a comma. And here I am ending a sentence with a comma. That's illegal. Stop right there. I am going to make sure, instead of a comma, there are two things I could put here. I could either have a full stop and a capital letter, because there are two main clauses that make sense by themselves. Or I could have a dash instead, and then I would not have a capital letter. And the reason I can have a dash is that this main clause is to do with the other main clause. Alma skipped down the street. She couldn't wait to get back home soon. Kind of to do with each other. So either a dash or a full stop here. And this is a frontal adverbial, so it needs a comma afterwards. Now, Mr. Bailey has written 3 more paragraphs. Are they his best work? Maybe not. Has he tried really hard? Yes. Yes, he has. Let's have a read, see how badly he's mucked up. As Alma looked into the shop window, she spotted something astonishing. Now, I didn't just write, she spotted a doll, because that's kind of boring. I want to let the reader think, ooh, what could she have spotted? I also want to put a frontal adverbial here, because I'm starting with an as, so I know it's going to be a comma somewhere, and frontal adverbials make all writing more interesting. It adds extra stuff. Otherwise, it was just, Alma spotted something astonishing. Not the best. Her eyes widened and her eyebrows shot up. So instead of saying she was really surprised, I've shown, not told. I've talked about what she's doing. Her eyes widened and her eyebrows shot up. She was shocked. There, right behind the glass, was a doll. This bit with right behind the glass, this is parenthesis. I've put commas around my extra information. I could also have put brackets. I could have there, right behind the glass, was a doll. Not just any doll. A doll that was her exact replica. I've used a dash to add extra information here. It was wearing the same baby blue wait a minute, that's spelled incorrectly. It was wearing the same baby blue bobble hat as her, and even had her pink gilet on. Remember, the gilet is like her little puffer thing that she wears. Amazed, comma, great frontal adverbial right here. I like it a lot. She looked down to see if she was wearing the same brown shoes as the doll. When she looked back up, oh yeah, Her eyes narrowed and a frown appeared on her face. Again, I'm not saying she was annoyed. I'm saying what happens to her face instead. Just what like we did in the micro expressions lesson. Her eyes narrowed and a frown appeared on her face. The doll was gone. Dun, dun, dun. You know what? In fact, I'm going to have 3 dots here. Dun, dun, dun. Carefully, comma, again, back at it again with the frontal adverbials to make the sentences more interesting. Alma robbed the glass, which had misted up in the cold. This is extra information. Bit of parenthesis. Do that in blue, and I will do this in blue, because that's extra info, and I will do this in blue. It's extra info. Ciao. Carefully, Alma robbed the glass, which had misted up in the cold, to get a better look inside. She saw that the doll had teleported to a table in the middle of the room. Her head buzzing with curiosity. Let's get that. It's a nice little frontal adverbial. She ran over to the door and pulled the handle. Locked. There was no way in. Once again, I'd like you to write 3 paragraphs today. They need to be quality. It's not, I'm going to write a load of stuff and it's going to be rubbish. You're going to write 3 quality paragraphs and you're going to smash it. I am looking for people who are doing really, really nice use of frontal adverbials, just like I have, and description of like her eyes widened, her eyebrows shot up. You will have on your planning that you've done previously loads of great phrases and so on that you could chuck in here, and those phrases would be 10 out of 10. I can't wait to see what you've written. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. There's a little Seesaw app thing that should be going out fairly soon, and on this app that the school are pushing out, you're going to take pictures of your work and you're going to show them, and then I'm going to write a little comment being like, wow, that's great, or weren't you supposed to use full stops at some point in here? Some of those comments might end up on your work. They definitely will, some of those. And also, teachers can like it. So I will be looking at it, Miss Corsten will be looking at it, and Mr. Gray will be looking at your work. So hopefully you do some top quality work today. Feel free to pause mine and use mine as some kind of model. But what I'm really looking for is 3 great paragraphs talking about her looking in the shop window, seeing the doll, going, whoa, it's a doll that looks just like me, and then going over and she finds out that door is locked. Thank you very much and have a wonderful rest of your Thursday.